But you know, when they do all the QE, does that have is that a direct correlation with house prices?
No,
because that goes to the big banks and the wealthy, doesn't it? And it's a different type of. I mean, I guess that would make luxury housing go up, but
well, it depends over which time period you would analyse it. But if you analyse it in the first instance, the people with first access to that money effectively get to buy at a huge discount because prices don't go up as fast as the money goes up. It's several iterations round that prices catch up a bit. So if you sell at the beginning of a QE thing, effectively you're accepting less. You're accepting a dilution of the price of your asset.
Yeah.
But that's what inflation does. It robs people of real value, of skin in the game. And depending what time horizon you look at it, because it's not an instantaneous readjustment that's made, you can get caught out quite badly. And at the moment, because small to medium enterprises are being squeezed and individuals are being squeezed and large corporates are not being, it's a massive concentration of wealth that's going on. That's that's what's happening at the moment.
Is COP26 in February?
It's been postponed to next year. Quite when it is, I don't know. But I've invited myself. I mean, I'm sort of saying here it is. Whether or not it ever gets addressed to anyone or gets anywhere near COP26, as far as the internet is concerned, it is addressed to COP26. I mean, that's you can gate crash. The internet is a brilliant way of gate crashing.
Okay, so essentially, this is going to be the first global meeting that I've had an interest in of any nature for a while, and one of the things that I find particularly I've been taken by that you said is they're calling it COP26 environment la-di-da, but it's a finance meeting. I mean, Carney's promoting it. It's a finance meeting. This is what's going down.
Well,
I like
if you dig, you find that most of this green stuff is driven by the large oil companies and the large finance companies. And so many of the reports are funded by the large international banks. And, Carney's references, if you look at them, you've got Michael Bloomberg, you've got Carney taking over from Michael Bloomberg, you've got JP Morgan, you've got Christine. I mean, it couldn't be more obvious that that's where this is it's all stemmed from there. But now bar sort of running up the flagpole and writing a song about it and all doing a little merry jig.
They couldn't do more, could they?
They couldn't advertise it any more than they have.
Okay, so the clues are there. One of the things that's quite interesting also for me is Lagarde has only recently become head of the ECB, I think probably about a year. And I remember, I don't know when, probably around March, I think that's when she took over, maybe January or something like that. I watched a video, I think I mentioned it to you, I should really try and find it, of her taking questions live. And so there's Lagarde. Whoever was hosting it in person was had a German accent. And then they were allowing questions to come in on the phone. And somebody came in on the phone. And this is when she was saying the same thing as Bailey. Somebody said, oh, look, as part of the pandemic purchase program, emergency purchase program, you've said that you would buy these and you would buy these. They created a new term called Peltro. I can't remember what it was for. But they said you would buy these, you said you'd buy these. And then they said, would you buy these?
What's that beeping all the time, Ranger?
I don't know. I'm not getting beat.
No, I keep getting beeps.
Yeah, they said, would you buy this? Would you buy that? And they basically just said, is there anything you wouldn't buy? And you know what she said?
What?
Yeah, that's you, not me.
Yeah.
She basically just said, I'm not taking anything off the table. Like that. And then a few weeks later, Bailey said exactly the same thing. I'm not ruling very simply said, I'm not ruling anything in and I'm not ruling anything out. But she said, when she was asked, is there anything you wouldn't buy? She said, I'm not taking anything off the table. So it feels like that's relevant to this COP thing because they're going to buy anything.
Well,
green bonds, carbon stuff.
Yeah.
But also fossil fuel stuff, whatever. They'll buy anything. So every market, you know what? Just to build on that, I'm going to use one of my favorite lines. What these guys do when they flood markets with their euros and dollars and whatever else to these securities, when they inflate these things and they create bubbles, then it means that the value of the security becomes almost meaningless, a little bit like a white person being arrested at an Extinction Rebellion march. The concept of being arrested doesn't mean anything. And these securities, they create these bubbles and they don't mean anything. If you see what I mean. Zombies.
Well,
zombie banking.
Yeah, but it's just it's another means of centralizing and consolidating wealth and wealth transfer. So it's reallocating the claims on wealth and putting them in the hands of people who are biddable to your own political ends. It's patronage or cronyism, whatever you want to call it. That's what it is. And in state monopoly fascism, right, or state monopoly capitalism, that's how things are done. And whether it's Stalinism or whether it's Nazism or any other species of authoritarian command and control, it doesn't really matter what you call that. But it's basically putting the tokens in the hands of people that will bring more power back to the center. So it's not about an efficient allocation of resources or saving the planet or anything like that. That's maybe with that much power they could do that as a secondary thing, but it's not some sort of automatic process that follows from what they're doing.
Sure.
But the reason it's taken 3 booklets to put together my aspect or interest in the economy is obviously from a very particular point of view. But once you start talking about debt and talking about money and talking about carbon credits and using that accounting as a way of analyzing someone's credit rating, you've got to ask the obvious question. Well, hold on a second. What are we allocating here? What are we trying to achieve? And the message gets mixed up in all of the fluffy emotional stuff, which is positively encouraged in most climate catastrophe advocacy circles. They don't want to talk about
Build Back Better, Roger. Build Back Better. That's on the Conservative Party Twitter, on their thing. It says hashtag Build Back Better.
It's on everything. It's on Biden's campaign.
A young Tory told me today that Biden nicked it off them. of the Tories.
Well,
which I question that.
It comes from the United Nations. You look it up. It's the United Nations disaster relief slogan, which was coined a few years back. In fact, some years back. But it is a globalist slogan that they're all using.
Somebody told me it was used in Haiti when the Clintons went in there.
I believe so, yes. Yeah.
Roger, if there is anything else for you to tell me right now, do so. If not, I think I should let you get back to whatever you were probably doing before, which I think was quite...
Yeah, well, it's getting dark again now, so I've been up since 6 o'clock, and it's 4:15 now, so my brain is beginning to fade a bit.
All right, well, good talking to you. Let me know if there's any developments or anything like that I need to know about.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. Good talking to you, mate.
Okay, bye. Thanks.
Cheers, Ray.